Alright, in this problem, I want to write the equation of this ellipse. Now, just like in all the other problems, we need to figure out where the middle piece is. So in the parabolas, the middle piece, quote, was the vertex. But in here, our middle piece is going to be the center. So imagine this line running across right there, and then this line going up right there. Boop, 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 all the way to the top, right up here. From these 2 points, we can figure out everything we could ever want to know about this ellipse. For example, I could figure out the vertex. Notice that point is in line with the point to the left of it, so I know that the y value of that point has to be the same, so the y value has to be -1. I see that that point is in line vertically with the point 3, -6, so their x values have to be the same. So therefore, the center must be at 3, -1. That actually tells me a lot. That tells me that I must have an x minus 3 squared, and I must also have a y plus 1 squared. And now we just need to figure out what the denominators are. We will add them together and set it equal to 1, as that is the equation of the ellipse. Now to figure out what goes underneath the x expression in that fraction there, all we need to do is figure out what is this distance right there from the center out to the left. Well, we're going from an x value of 3 to an x value of 2, so I'm going over 1. So in the bottom, I need a 1 squared. Or you can just write it as a 1, whatever you prefer. Doesn't make a difference. But remember that the things down there are squared. Y plus 1 squared, what goes underneath that? But to answer that question, we again just need to know from the center how far in the y direction. It should make sense that the thing we put under the y is the thing that goes with the y. So in the y direction, up and down, how far do we go? Well, I'm going from the y value of -1 up to what appears to be the x value of 4, but I can find that same measurement by simply going down to this point, because that point I know for certain is at a y value of -6. So from -6 to -1, how far am I going? I'm going a distance of 5, so I need a 5 squared underneath that y term. The equation for an ellipse does not work differently if it's vertically or horizontal. It is just that. If I want to label the length of my major axis, the major axis is simply the bigger of the two. So the major axis would be from the top all the way up here to the very bottom right there, which is going to be double that y distance of 5. So the major axis has to be a length of 10. And then the minor axis is simply going to be all the way across there. The shorter of the two, quote, widths, or whatever you want to call them right there, is the minor axis. And since I see that I have a 1 underneath that x, double it to get the length of the minor axis as 2. And there you have it.